What is something you used to think people were over-exaggerating about until you experienced it yourself? Giant sequoia trees. When I finally saw them in person, they looked fake. I could not comprehend a tree of that size. You know that grief you see in dramatic movies, when someone gets horrible news via phone call and just crumples to the floor wailing? Always felt like melodrama to me. Until I got the call that there had been an accident and my dad had died. The physical pain of getting older. Damn. Chronic illness, there is absolutely no way you can truly understand the impact unless you experience it. How much a kidney stone hurts. Dentist chiming in, tooth pain. I knew academically how painful they could be, until it happened to me. Old people telling when rain was coming based on arthritis symptoms. Edit, there's a few studies that showed no correlation, one older one that showed some correlation, maybe others that cast doubt on the correlation. But it's very hard to prove a negative, and the science seems heavily overshadowed by medical practitioners like radiologists, who say there is a correlation because of barometric pressure. I also found it super interesting that the people who mentioned these studies in the comments were downloaded to oblivion. I wavered back and forth about making this edit, before realizing I value accuracy more than karma. The difference between humid and dry heat. Tinnitus. It's torture. Insomnia. A proper toothache. Seeing stars, thought it was an exaggeration until I had a very bad coughing fit, and suddenly I'm seeing stars. Perfectly fitting terminology. Edit, thanks for the upvotes. And really cool to see all of your stories. Such a whimsical neurological phenomenon, right? Hot flashes. I didn't think they were this bad. I'm a 31-year-old man who took Wellbutrin for the past month, and hot flashes are a side effect. I thought you just thought you were hot. No motherfucker, you are. You're super hot legitimately, and you have to do something about it or you'll go insane. It's not in your head. It's your brain raising your temps until you can't focus on anything else. Honestly, addiction. When I was in junior high, my dad had an injury at work that ultimately resulted in a pretty bad opiate addiction. I didn't understand how someone could prioritize a pill to such an extent, or how awful they could be if they didn't have it. And then I grew into a person with crippling anxiety who discovered Xanax. The rest is a decade-long story of how I learned empathy and a lot of other hard lessons. But to have been so naive. Sigh. Migraines. That the older you get, the faster your life goes by. Waterboarding. We were drunk and figured, it's just water. Hold your breath and you'll be fine. Then I volunteered to test it out, and it was the absolute worst. How fast time feels like it goes, every year feels like it's going faster. PTSD. I had no fucking clue why my friend would just randomly flip the fuck out. Welp, now I do, and I feel terrible for not being a better friend. Back pain. Restless leg syndrome. I went to rehab and got clean from multiple substances in July 2021 and developed it about a month or so into sobriety. Holy fuck. I definitely thought it was just like some kind of tic where you had to move your legs, but that is not the fucking case at all. Edit, my doctor prescribed me baclofen, which is a muscle relaxer, and that has helped tremendously. Anxiety. I thought I understood and didn't understand the big deal until I really felt it. To say it controls you is an understatement. How heartbreaking it is to see your child suffering and you can't do shit about it. Panic attacks. Like, don't get me wrong, I knew it was serious, but I didn't understand the depth of how awful it feels, and how 100% it feels as real as any other panic. Only happened to me one time, and it felt like that moment before you get hit with a baseball bat. For like an hour. Depression. How much worse hangovers get as you age, that was a tough lesson. Period cramps. How incredibly amazing narcotics feel. Had back surgery and was hooked up to an 4 dilaudid with one of those buttons so you could give yourself a little treat every 30 minutes. Holy fucking shit. I have never felt pure heavenly euphoric comfort like that before, nor have I since. I can completely see how people get addicted to the stuff. Heartburn and indigestion.